go through our electronic payments processing product for Dynamics 365 Finance. So a little bit about Blue Moon. We have been
Sarah,
developed.
are you supposed to be sharing your slides? I
I
don't,
am.
okay, we don't see anything.
Okay. How's this?
There we go.
All righty. There we go. So, a little bit about Blue Moon. We have been developing products for ERP systems for over 30 years. We develop for the entire Microsoft ERP stack as well as Acumatica. And we also do a lot of custom development across all of those ERP solutions. So, today, with our electronic payment processing for finance, you'll learn how to eliminate payment related bottlenecks. So learning how to take and process credit card transactions from right within your F&O environment. So your customers are not jumping back and forth between the gateway portal and the ERP. It's a completely PCI compliant solution. And so you'll see within the demo video, we use iframing for any screens that use where any credit card data needs to be entered in a raw format. And then overall, it will help. It reduces manual errors, again, going back and forth between creating the charge in a portal from the gateway to coming back to your finance ERP system and creating those cash receipts. So I am going to hand it back to Amy to play the video. And if you have any questions, contact us. We're at bluemoonisv.com. And, head out there. You can look at the rest of our products and then, just reach out for any questions or if you want more information.
All right, thank you so much. I will share now. There we go. There we go. Where did it go? There it is. All right.
Hello, and thank you for your interest in electronic payment processing for Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations. Electronic payment processing extends the embedded payment connector functionality within Finance and Operations to add many more gateway options to process payments directly in Finance and Operations. To begin, I will open the Payment Services Setup page. As you can see, I have an electronic payment processing payment connector setup pointing to the PayTrace gateway. We also support Authorize.net, PayPal Braintree, Stripe, and many other gateways to choose. We support address verification, card verification value, as well as emailing of the credit card receipt to the customer upon capturing funds. To begin, I will add a new credit card to a customer within Finance and Operations. To do this, I go to the customer page, select my customer, and select Set up credit cards. I then select New, which opens a fully embedded PCI compliant credit card entry page in the system. On this page, I will enter my card information, as well as my billing address information for the card. When I select OK, this tokenizes the card on the gateway and stores that token within the Finance and Operations system. We also added a default credit card option to select a default credit card for the customer. When selected, this card will automatically populate on sales orders when the credit card payment method is selected. I will now create a sales order and process a credit card against the sales order. I select my customer for the order. I go to the payment options on the order, and I will select credit card as the payment type and method of payment. As you can see, the new card number is automatically populated into the credit card number field. Now I will add my sales line. To the order. To process the authorization, I can either select credit card and select authorize, or I can simply generate a picking list which will automatically authorize the cards set on the order. As you can see from the authorization history, the card is now authorized for the amount on the order. To finalize this card, I simply invoice this order, and upon invoicing, the card will be fully captured and finalized. Now that it is invoiced, I go to authorization history, and you can see the finalization process as well as the authorization settled. You can also drill down on these transactions and see more information if needed. Upon finalization, a payment is automatically generated within financial operations and applied against the sales invoice. We also added the ability to void and print the credit card receipt directly from the sales invoice. I will now show the customer payment journal functionality that has been extended with electronic payment processing. To do this, I go to Customer Payment Journal, create a new journal, and create a payment in the system for the customer. I can then select an invoice, or I can simply just create a payment on account and select credit card as my method of payment. Now I can select credit card payment and process a credit card directly against that journal. The default credit card automatically pops up, and if you would like to change this credit card or add additional credit cards to split the payment, that is also supported. I will now process this credit card for the full amount. As you can see, the sale was approved. And if I go to authorization history, you will see the approved credit card transaction. You can also void and print the credit card receipt directly from this page as well. To finish this payment, I simply post the payment journal, which will post this in financial operations. We also added the ability to surcharge credit card payments if needed in the system. To set this up, you simply go to the Auto Charges Setup page within Financial Operations, and you can set a charge based on the terms of payment on the sales order. You can see here I have a 3% charge for credit card transactions in the system. If I go to my sales orders, and I open our previously invoiced sales order, I can go to the line charges, and you can see my 3% surcharge added to this order. This concludes the demo for electronic payment processing in Microsoft Dynamics 365. Thank you and have a good day.